Hello, my name is Cardoso Ken and today I will show you how to install MySQL 5.6 on a Linux machine. Later on I will show you how you can perform simple SQL statements to your database and show you some information about the MySQL configuration file. For this demonstration I will use the KUbuntu 15.10 distribution. Before we begin, make sure that you already installed the required dependency libio1. Libio1 provides access to the Linux kernel IO library, which is required for MySQL. So let's get started. First off, we need to download the MySQL binaries from the official website. I recommend you downloading MySQL via terminal using the wget command. That brings us the advantage that we can actually install MySQL without even using a graphical interface. It is your choice if you want to download MySQL via terminal or browser. The installation process still remains the same. To make our MySQL more convenient and organized, we are going to create a new user and a new group. Make sure that you are in the sudoers, else you won't be able to create a new user nor a new group. Note that we only create a system account. That means that the MySQL user won't have his own home directory. To create a new group, we input the command group add MySQL. Now we add our user. The R means to create a system account. The G applies a group MySQL to the user MySQL. Now we are going to install MySQL into our /usr/local. It's the best place of programs for use by the system administrator when installing software locally. It's also a safe place as the folder doesn't get overwritten in the case of a Linux distribution update. Let's extract our compressed file into the /usr/local folder. Decompressing may take a while, so please be patient. Let's navigate into our MySQL folder and look up if we got the extracted folder. LS stands for list directory. As you may already noticed, the folder name is very long. Let us rename it to simply MySQL with the command mv MySQL to simply MySQL. Now we are going to change the owner of our MySQL folder. Make sure that you are inside the MySQL folder. We changed the user with chown -r to MySQL. -r stands for recursively, which means that all our files and files from a subdirectory are going to have its own unchanged. We also need to change its group to our newly MySQL with the command change group -r MySQL dot. Now we can finally install MySQL by executing the following script as the user MySQL. Now we change back all our files from the MySQL folder back to root. Only our folder data must be owned by the user MySQL. Change the owner folder data to MySQL. In order to apply custom changes, we need to copy the configuration file into our /etc folder. To make sure that MySQL automatically runs as a service in the background, we need to copy the MySQL configuration file mysql.server from the support files into our /etc/init.d. In order to automatically run the MySQL service, we need to change the execute permissions. Now we are going to add MySQL as a process list, which is automatically loaded during startup with the command update -rc.d mysql defaults. Now we only need to set an environment variable to globally access MySQL. Alright, let's create our very first connection to our MySQL server with the command mysql u for username and h for the host, in this case our local host. Now it's successfully connected to our MySQL server. Let's create our very first database. We need to switch to our database in order to use it. Let's create our very first table with the cry statement create. Our table consists in 3 rows with an ID number, which is an integer, DT name, which is a text or string, and DT email, which is also a text. Let's insert some example values. In this case, some clients. To insert new values to our table, we need to perform an insert statement. Oops, I forgot the comma. Alright, let's insert some more values. Now we successfully created 3 new values. To check this, we need to perform a select statement. In order to update a client's email, we need to perform an update statement. In order to update a row, we need to point its ID, which is in this case number 2 for Anna. As you can see, Anna's email address has been changed. So let's imagine that Anna isn't our client anymore. So in order to delete Anna, we need to perform a delete statement. Delete from the accounts. And as you can see, Anna isn't in our table anymore. MySQL can read startup options from the configuration file. During the installation, we've placed our MySQL configuration file to our /etc folder. Let's take a look to that configuration file using the VI editor. Configuration file consists in 2 categories, client configuration and a server configuration. Currently the configuration file only consists about the service, so we need to create the client heading section manually. The MySQL section applies to the MySQL command line. Client applies to the connections for clients. MySQLD applies to the MySQL server, and the MySQL DOM applies to the utility at the same name. So let's create our very first section. Now we are able to customize our client as we would like. You can change, for example, the port number to which MySQL is listening to with the option port equals and the port number. You can also tweak the performance or even change the engine with the option default underscore storage underscore engine equals, for example, InnoDB. Another important factor is security. For instance, you can limit the maximum permitted number of simultaneous client connections with the option max underscore connections equals, for example, 2. A full list of variables can be found on the following link below. But for this brief tutorial, I will show you how you can easily create or more like extend your MySQL prompt. U stands for username and the @ symbol represents where we are currently connected to. Save your configuration. Now the next time we connect to our MySQL server, we should see that the prompt has changed. Now it displays the current connection and the current user. I hope that this tutorial has helped you how to install and use MySQL. Thank you for watching and have a very nice day.